began with a glance. Lisa manoban stepping into the frame with an aura so commanding it felt less like a music video and more like a solo cinematic debut. The camera didn't just capture her, it followed her pulse. The moment Blackpink's Jump MV dropped, something shifted. The group was strong, cohesive, but all eyes reflexively locked onto Lisa, as if she carried the gravity of an entire era on her shoulders. From her first beat drop, it wasn't just choreography, it was ownership. Every look, every step, every flick of her hair felt curated not just to perform, but to dominate. Suddenly, phrases like solo energy and cinematic presence moved from fan forums into trending algorithms. What was meant to be a group showcase transformed into what viewers called a de facto solo performance. That's the power of Lisa. She doesn't just appear, she arrives, and everything else inevitably orbits around her. The production set the stage. Stark lighting, intense camera angles, heavy beats, but it was her presence that turned it into a statement. The later scenes with group formations? Lisa's silhouette sliced through every frame. Fans whispered, "Did Lisa just outshine Blackpink?" Comments like, "Feels like her solo debut got leaked in a group MV" flooded social feeds. And these weren't isolated reactions, they were the beginning of a narrative wave. But let's step deeper. The Jump MV wasn't just about dance, it was about dominance. Lisa opened with precision moves, sharp visuals, a wardrobe choice that screamed power suit meets performance art. Her transitions weren't smooth, they were seismic. When she hit each beat, it wasn't choreography, it was punctuation. She wasn't dancing around the song, she was defining it. Midway through the video, there's a visual surprise. A close-up where her eyes hold more promise than any teaser. And just when you expect another group shot, it cuts back to her, framing her face with lighting so precise it feels like an announcement. This is her story too. That scene sparked one of the fastest engagement spikes on Blink TikToks and YouTube Shorts, fans replaying, analyzing that single moment. It was less about bias, it was about presence. Let's be clear, Lisa didn't steal the show. She demolished the boundaries of what it meant to be part of a group versus commanding solo gravity. And from an algorithmic standpoint, that's gold. Because every view, every rewatch, every discussion about "was this a Lisa solo intro" translates into click-throughs, high watch time, and viral momentum. The secret formula behind viral impact and boosted exposure still, it's not misleading. Because amid all the group energy, Jennie's fierce entrance, Rose's haunting vocals, Jisoo's visual tension, Lisa carved space that elevated everything around her. Together, they're Blackpink, but within the group narrative, she resonated like a lead character in an ensemble film. Fans didn't accuse, they acknowledged. Now what's next is where the suspense builds. If Lisa already feels like a solo act in a group MV, what does that signal about upcoming moves? Are we looking at a full solo debut? A fashion collab drop? A crossover performance on an international stage? The timing feels purposeful. Jump dropped right before her US arrival buzz and just ahead of Blackpink's next tour finale. It's as if the visual momentum is aligning with something bigger on the horizon. So while the video ends on a group beat, the emotional resonance lingers on her solo frame. Plants a seed. Sparks theories. And in media strategy, sparking is half the battle. Because when fans imagine, they engage, they click, they comment, they share. And that digital life cycle is the engine for elevated view counts and sustained retention. Now imagine the call to action. If you felt that shift, if you felt like you were watching Lisa's solo stage hidden inside a group performance, like the video, drop your theory in the comments, subscribe for our breakdowns, and hit the bell. Because whatever Lisa drops next, you'll want front row seats. Because sometimes the biggest announcements don't come in the form of a press release. Sometimes they arrive as a presence. Camera angle. A half smile. A dance break so clean it makes the entire world stop scrolling. That's what Lisa did. She didn't need her name in the title card. The screen itself adapted to her rhythm. Every frame she moved in felt like a declaration without words. I'm not done. I'm just getting started. Let's step back and understand why this moment hit harder than expected. Blackpink's Jump MV wasn't teased as a Lisa-focused project. No solo promotions. No hints in the press. But that's the trick. Lisa operates in a frequency that transcends promotional cycles. She's a global icon who doesn't need the mic to command a stage. She walks into a group project and shifts the center of gravity. And that's what happened here. And it's not just fans saying it. The numbers agree. Within the first hour of release, the frame with Lisa's entrance clocked more rewind clicks than any other timestamp. Streaming algorithms began pushing clips centered on her part. Reaction videos zeroed in on her solo dance section. Choreography breakdowns were dominated by her transitions, her micro-expressions, her command of the beat. Industry insiders noticed too. Choreographers, stylists, music critics, they weren't just reacting. They were dissecting. Because what Lisa delivered in that 3-minute video wasn't just choreography. It was performance architecture. Every move placed to maximize presence. Every second designed to stick in memory. And whether intentional or instinctive, it worked. The ripple effect of her screen time is already showing up in content trends, social buzz, and search spikes. But here's where it gets deeper. This isn't the first time Lisa Manoban has done this. Remember the How You Like That MV? Or her iconic solo Lalisa? Even in the most crowded frames, her energy always seems to leak beyond the edges of the screen. What's different now is the control, polish, the ease. In Jump, Lisa doesn't just dominate, she does it without tension. Like it's natural. Like she knows she owns the moment before the director even calls action. And that kind of confidence? It doesn't come overnight. It's built over years of navigating the world's biggest stages, carrying the weight of fan expectations, industry pressure, and cultural influence, all while maintaining an image that's both global and uniquely her own. It's a skill, a strategy, and a silent storm. And it makes every Lisa appearance feel like a premiere. So what does this mean for Blackpink? Well, if you're paying attention, the group isn't shrinking, it's expanding. Each member brings a distinct force. Jennie with her cool fire, Rose with emotional rawness, Jisoo with sharp visual depth. But Lisa? She brings velocity. When she moves, the narrative moves with her. That's why moments like this feel pivotal. They don't break the group, they redefine its scope. And maybe that's the bigger story. Not a rivalry, not an imbalance, but evolution. Blackpink isn't stuck in the formula that built them. They're rewriting it, letting each member flex in full capacity, letting the spotlight rotate naturally and unapologetically. So when Lisa shines this bright, it's not a threat. It's a signal that the stage is large enough to hold 4 storms at once. Till for fans of Lisa, this moment feels personal. Feels like a wink. A reminder that she's not just here to keep pace, she's here to set it. Whether it's a hidden solo rollout, a whisper of a new brand campaign, or a teaser for something far larger, Lisa's energy right now says, watch this space. And let's be real, when Lisa's in that mode, history tends to follow. So if you're still here, watching closely, replaying those moments, pausing at her expressions, catching every detail in her movements, you're not alone. This isn't over. This is the spark before the announcement. Quiet before the boom. And trust us, the boom is coming. Stay locked in. Because when Lisa makes her next move, it won't just be viral. It'll be unforgettable. This moment isn't just a music video, it's an awakening. Lisa Blackpink didn't just perform, she declared a narrative shift. That's why this feels like a solo declaration disguised as a group release, and why every pixel of that video will echo in algorithms, fan theories, and cultural resonance for weeks to come. So if you're here listening, thank you for being part of the moment. Because what's next is already happening, whether you realize it yet or not, and we're here to break it down with you.